Welcome to the first episode of a new series called Sage Advice. Should you be looking to buy
Nintendo LABO?
Nintendo is back with a new innovative thing, and it has raised a lot of eyebrows on the internet as people are reacting to the Labo, which basically could be referred to as the cardboard box.
Yeah, so, you got PlayStation VR, the Oculus Rift. Now there's a new kid on block. Cardboard. Nintendo branded cardboard, but it is cardboard.
And if this takes off, to make some jokes before we get to the serious should you buy, maybe Xbox and PlayStation will get into styrofoam.
Yeah. What, is this the new Xbox product? The cardboard box?
Cardboard box 1. But in all seriousness, the product does look innovative, and I think it has some positives to be discussed, and maybe some leery things to also discuss. So let's start out talking about basic packages. There's two basic packages that we're going to have come out with the system, or I guess the software, and those packages are the robot and then the just basic Nintendo Labo kind of variety kit. So Sage, do you kind of want to walk us through that?
Okay, so let's start with the variety kit. It's the cheaper of the two. But it contains like a fishing pole, which will probably have a game that matches with that, a fishing game. It's got a house that looks like a mini game bundle of sorts. All kinds of little things you can do. It's got, I don't know if it's a jet ski or a motorcycle, but it's like a pair of handlebars that'll have most likely a driving game of some kind. Mm-hmm. They've got two of these little, what they're calling RC cars. They look more like a little cardboard bug. Mm-hmm. You slide the Joy-Cons onto the side, and through the HD rumble, you can actually control them like a little moving toy. And then probably the highlight of the multi-pack is a piano. And you slide the Joy-Con into the back, the IR camera picks up which keys you're pushing, and the Switch will actually output sound according to whichever note you put.
Now, when you say IR camera, to establish for people who maybe aren't really quick on the terms, is infrared camera. It picks up on when something's in its face or when it's not.
Yes.
And so the entire system of the Nintendo Labo is built around interactively using the Joy-Cons, and with the piano at least, that infrared sensor picking up on when a key is raised and when it's not, well inside of this limited space on the smaller piano.
Yeah, so Nintendo really is taking advantage of the various things the Joy-Cons have. It may not look like it, but those little Joy-Cons are bundled with a lot of tech inside. They've got gyroscopes, they've got, the HD rumble, which can actually imitate movement and various things, and one of them does have that infrared camera. So with this, Nintendo's taken, if you remember 1-2 Switch when the Switch came out, they're taking a lot of the stuff from that and applying it to this.
Yep. And then our next package is a little more detailed, and that is what I'm calling the robot.
Yeah, and this is basically, you strap on your Ghostbusters proton pack, drop the visor, and you get to smash through a city. You might even get to fight other robots. And actually, if you think back a year or two ago at E3, Miyamoto showed off a game called Giant Robot. Mm-hmm. It was like a tech demo kind of game.
Yep.
A lot of people are thinking this is that tech demo finished.
Oh, I can totally see that. Why not use it in the tech demo back then to create hype and then say, oh, by the way, this is actually a product. Now, for a giant proton pack made out of cardboard with strings that connect to your feet and your arms, I actually really like this idea. It's taking low-tech cardboard, and the pack and the Joy-Cons and the Switch picks up on where things are moving, and where you move wearing this cardboard depicts where the character moves. Now, if this works like it's supposed to, I consider this true innovation. You've taken low-tech cardboard and turned it into a VR full suit immersion type thing almost, which is really cool.
I will fully admit, as a child, I would have eaten this up.
And that's where we get to with this, is that it seems like, should you buy this or not? Nintendo is, with the Switch, pushing its marketing towards all demographics. We've got our third parties on there now of Doom 2016 and, Dark Souls remake, high definition coming out on that. But to get back to the Labo, now we're targeting the little ones. And I don't think that's a bad thing to target because, again, going to the should you buy this or not, if you have children, the advantages of this system, the Labo, is huge. It makes you actually spend time with your children building something together. The customization, because it's cardboard, you can draw and color your piano any way you want. Your little house, you can decorate it however you want. Any of these cardboard things can be used to make a creative outlet between you and your little ones. So if you're a parent and you have a Switch, this is a great opportunity to interact with your kids, which is something that current technology kind of takes away from family interaction.
Yeah,
and this can kind of build that.
This is very much a family product. Like, I know there will be a lot of those kids at heart that'll, buy up the robot because they want to be a robot. Who doesn't? But if you look at this is to build interest in like engineering and STEM stuff because it's all mechanical, moving parts. You're building it. You're not getting it at the store prepackaged. This is how you get it.
Yep.
This is you punch it out of the sheet, you flip the cardboard, you make something, and it's yours. Now, as with all things, we do have to go over the price of this.
Absolutely. So the robot comes with the package, the Proton Pack as you're calling it, and the software for a price of
$79.99, roughly $80. Now, yes, that is expensive for cardboard, but do consider it comes with software. And if we assume that the software is priced at $60, the cardboard is essentially $20. How much mileage you get out of that depends on who you are, how you consider this. If that's a good buy for you, yeah, it sounds good. But moving back to the cheaper one, which is the multi-pack, that one is priced at $69.99, $70. Again, you assume the software $60 game, that's pretty standard. $10 for 5 different cardboard toys, yeah, might be worth it.
I mean, really, when you take it in comparison, yeah, $20 for cardboard, $10 for cardboard, maybe you're like, it's cardboard, that's outrageous. But at the same time, people buy action figures that you put together yourselves for $70 to $100 sometimes.
Yeah, part of this, what I want to bring up, you're not just buying the cardboard, you're buying an experience. You can't buy quality time with your kids and your family.
No, not at all. The other thing that you can do is, if you're smart or you're creative, is once you have it, you could easily learn how to reverse engineer it, do it yourself, or keep the original as a template to make extras. Because all you got to do is go to Walmart and go, hey, anybody got any refrigerator boxes? And they'll be like, here you go, boop. Yeah. And then you can use the template to keep creating.
Yeah, and from what I heard, Nintendo is planning on releasing free templates so that you can build your own.
And if that's the plan, then that's good on Nintendo. So overall, reasons that you should be looking to buy the Labo. One, Labo stands for laboratory, is what Sage and I are thinking.
Yeah, Nintendo's kind of crazy with their naming schemes, but I think Nintendo Laboratory is really what they're going for.
So reasons to buy. Do you want a creative laboratory for yourself, your children, something to interact with at home, and something that takes innovation to a whole new level? I think those are all reasons to buy. Family interaction, new innovation, doing things besides just staring at the screen, but actually physically moving. We always say we want kids to do more than just sit on the couch and stare at their phones and their games. Well, this is going to get them physically doing things, moving, interacting with more than their thumbs. I think reasons to maybe not be looking to buy the Labo is that it's cardboard.
It is cardboard. It could fall apart on you, Your 6-year-old could be playing with it, set it down, run back into the room, step on it, you got crushed cardboard.
And if you have siblings, they always fight over stuff. Is there a risk of the Switch itself being damaged in the hustle and bustle of the using of this thing? Because like if we look at the robot, you need to have that Switch screen in front of your face.
Yeah, I think so.
And then the Joy-Cons are in your hands, and then the feet pick up through the other things on the robot pack. So do you run the risk of damaging your Switch as well? Should roughhousing happen while children are playing with these systems?
Yeah, it's definitely something you want to consider. If you have kids, you'll want to sit down with them and be like, this is something you'll have to take care of, And the other thing that I want to bring up, if you are a more, let's say, serious gamer, you're looking for your deep experiences like your Dark Souls and all that, this probably isn't for you.
No, it's not going to give you that deep experience, but it is fun. Going back to the reasons to buy, reason not to buy, as you're saying, is that it's not that deep game dive experience at all.
Yeah, it's chances are you're going to get a lot of mini games with it. You know, I don't think you're going to find your next critical success here.
Absolutely. But this does become an experimental ground to see where Nintendo can go later on with the Switch even further.
Well, and even third parties. You never know if EA, Ubisoft, or one of the others might make their own Labo sets.
Or even indie gamers could use the Labo ideas to create more things like the robot that are 3D environments inside of that.
Yeah, you never know. There is a lot of room for this. All in all, I think there are plenty of reasons to buy or to not buy the Nintendo Labo.
So far for Sage advice, would we say this is a buy or a not buy?
I'd say it is, depending on who you are.
Okay, so depending on who you are, it's a buy or not buy. So if you have children and you have a family, great thing to seek after, innovation, physical activity. If you're a, single person, or you don't have a family, or maybe you're just starting out a family, maybe this isn't the thing for that deep gaming dive, and it just seems like kind of a little toy that's cute and has some apps.
Yeah, I'd say kids and kids at heart, have fun. If you're looking for something, I'd say more serious, maybe hold off.
So, as we finish this first episode of Sage Advice, should you be looking to buy or not, we want to bring up the fact that later on when these things do come out that we do a Sage Advice on, we're also going to do a Rage review in which we're actually going to use the equipment, test it out ourselves, or the games that we're reviewing, and then give our input on definitely buy or do not buy now that it's been out.
Yeah, so be sure to check back for that. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what your thoughts on the Nintendo Labo are.
We are very curious to hear people's thoughts on the Labo.
Peace, people.